M1A, you are so fine. M1A, I glad you mine. M1A, you such the awesome gun. I lucky to have you. Okay, let's do the checking. Make sure they're not low. Okay, they're all clear. Today I tell you the story about the M1A. I was at the work with my friend who worked at the gun store texted me and he say, tomorrow we had the big sale. We had the Springfield M1A Scout Squad 18 in barrel for the cheap. I say, how cheap? He say, the so cheap, and he send me the picture. I say, trời ơi, it have the same chassis. It's the so beauty, the so sexy. That's a good deal. How come so cheap? My friends say, I don't know that much about the M1A. We just have the sale. Then I say, do you guys do the holding for me? No, you have to call in the morning. I tell him, okay, and I do the research all day long at the work. I zoom into the picture and I see the front band for the GI stuck and I say, don't man, how come they don't remove the front band when they install the same chassis? Do they do the bad job with the upright guy? Okay, when you install the same chassis, you have to take off the flash hider, gas cylinder lock, gas cylinder, front band, and the upright guy. When you put back on, you don't want the wobble. So you put the shim in because the front band no good. The next morning, I call the gun store and I say, hey, my friend told me you have the M1A Scout Squad on the sale. He say, let me ask my manager. I wait on the hold for the 5 minutes and he come back and say, yes, we have the on sale. I say, can you hold for me? I get off work at the 5 o'clock and it take me over 1 hour to get there with the traffic so bad. He say, no, we don't hold the gun. We have so many people who say they buy, but then they don't buy. I say, I buy today, I'm so serious. I put down a deposit with the credit card right now. And he say, we don't have the system in place to do the deposit. Let me talk to my manager. And put me on hold for one more time. He come back and say, we know who you are now. You got a good customer, we hold for you. I say, okay, thank you very much. I come later today after I get off the working. When it turned to 5 o'clock, I run outside to the car and I drive to the gun store. Even though so much traffic, I use the VTEC in my Honda. I say to the slow car, tại sao mày lái chậm quá? How come you drive so slow? Get out the way. I get to the gun store and see the M1A in the back. I do the inspection and I see they had the sage upright guy. The board looked good and all the parts there. They just too cheap to buy the shim. I say, okay, let's do the paperwork. I do the 4473 but no background check. I have the CHL for the concealed handgun, so I don't need to do the background checks in Texas. When I buy it, had the cheap Bushnell 3-9x32. I give to my friend for the 22. It looked like the last guy tried to do the confusing Mach 14 clone. The gun had the 18 in barrel with the Sage Mod 1 chassis, tangle down pistol grip, but it had the Smith Enterprise 2006 scope mount, factory gas cylinder lock, and still had the factory muzzle brake. After I buy, I take to the range to do the function test, just to see if a gun works. I put the 4 MOA aim point on just for the trip. I shoot the 2.5 MOA 5-shot group with the steel case. It do okay, but I want to see what happened after I do the shim and use the good round. When I see the gun work, I do the best to finish without spending so much more money. One day at the gun show, I find the Gemtech adapter for the 58x24 thread, so I can do the putting on the silencer. He have for the so cheap, so I buy, not even do the haggle. I order the Mach 14 gas cylinder lock to move the front side back, shim for the gas cylinder, and the castle nut plier and gas cylinder wrench from the Brownell to do the install. I also buy the loophole Mach 6, Wonder 6x20. All the Mach 14 have the old scope, no good for the DMR today. The Mach 6 have the first focal plane with the CMRW 762 with the BDC and windage hole. Even have the external turret for the 0.2mm adjustment. Have the day bright illumination too, so nice. I send the loophole to the Cerakote at the same time I send my police trade-in MP5A3 stock. I told the guy I want the stock to be the HK Black match the MP5. and the scope to be the Magpul FDE. I got them back in 1 week and both of them were HK black. I say, no, I want the scope in the FDE. And he say, oh, I thought you want them both the HK black to match the MP5. I do the thinking to myself, who put the 762 scope on the MP5? Ngu lắm, so stupid. He say, don't worry, I fixed for you. 1 more week he gave to me and looked so good, I don't mind the waiting. Of course, with the good scope, I buy the good ring on sale. I buy the 9.4 ultralight ring, 50% off. Save the money used to buy the more ammo. So that's the story behind my M1A. I do the shooting for you later. Do the like, share, subscribing, and write in the comment. And do not forget, go to school, study hard, make the good grade,